Welcome back everyone, it's Chala from Crafting Through the Chaos of Life. Today's video and Junk Journal January prompt is all about layered. And today's idea comes from the one and only Gayle Agostinelli. I'm not sure if she's the originator of it, but that's who I originally saw it from. And it is tracing paper strips. These little things are amazing for layering. There's tons of layers on them and they're amazing little focal points for your tags, journal cards, what have you. And this is all I have left from the last time I did these paper tracing strip cluster type things. So yeah, they're very similar to clusters, but in terms of making them, they go a lot faster. So here's our typical, my little box full of kind of typical clusters. So this has fabric. This was one where I just did them on a sheet of paper and then ripped them up. But yeah, just little itty bitty cluster bits. That one I think was given to me from some Happy Mail. It's so pretty. Yeah, so it's just another way of creating little cluster bits in a fast way, convenient way, so that you have them ready to help embellish your, bases of things, right? When the other day we were talking about creating using the prompt word neutral, where you could just collage on like a piece of paper, all sorts of neutral papers, and then add to that, like that would be your base, right? Is those neutral papers. Okay, so for this, we're going to need some tracing paper. I have some deli paper here. This is where I'm going to be stamping some additional images. So I also have off to the side here, I don't have very many left, but I have little images stamped on tracing paper that I can use as, focal points for these little strips, or you can just use them for your cluster bits as well. But I have some of these, so I'm going to show you how I stamp these up. And it's good just to add a few more to my bucket so that I'm ready. Some of the items that we're also going to be needing, obviously, is our ink. And I have these kind of little background inks. These are from Umbrella Crafts. I've had these for ever since I really started card making, which is years and years, and I think they're still good. Hopefully they're still good. So yeah, I have soft khaki, dried moss. This one is really cool. It's a soft gold. And then I also have soft sand. So this is kind of, I want some subtle colors for the background because we're going to be doing some background stamping. And these are acid-free, fade-resistant, archival-safe, waterproof for markers and watercolors. Non-porous surfaces may need heat set, okay? So that's important for us because when we are stamping on things like tracing paper or deli paper, these are considered non-porous, right? Porous, it would suck up the ink quite well. Non-porous tends to repel the ink and could take a bit longer to dry. I will be doing a lot of stamping as well with my, I also have this one here. This is pretty, just tanned leather. I also suggest using, if I can find it here, is Stays-On ink. I think I have it here. Versamark. Where are you? This one is Memento, fade resistant, water based, fast drying ink. Now this says it's fast drying, but it's not water proof, so I don't know how quickly this would dry, but your Stays-On for sure is going to like be set right away. It's not going to smudge. And actually, I'm going to pause you for half a second because I spotted that I have some other colors of Stays-On that I haven't used yet, and I should totally pull it out. Give me 1 second. Okay, I obviously have more ink than I can shake my fist at. Let me tell you, these haven't even been opened, and I remember getting these years ago at Michael's because they were getting rid of them. Like they weren't selling these anymore. And they were like super cheap, and I was like, score. So these might be actually fun colors, especially that gray as well. So maybe what we'll do is we'll do half with the umbrella inks, and we'll do half with the stays on, and we'll see kind of what we like better. Okay, so I'm going to set these aside. And then, yeah, this is one of my favorite inks, this VersaFine Claire Nocturne ink. It's a pigment ink, so it does take a long time to dry. But it stamps the image beautifully. So if you have a really detailed stamp, this is my go-to ink if you want a really, you know, great detailed image. Again, for junk journals, you know, it's okay if it doesn't stamp perfectly usually, but for card making, this is the stuff that I recommend when you want that clear, crisp image. Tracing paper. Okay, you can go fancy and buy the expensive stuff. I just got this. Where did I get this? I think I got this when I was working at Chapters Indigo, which was, oh, like 10 years ago now? Oh, that's hard to believe. So we're just going to take some of these. I'll take 2 sheets because I'm feeling ambitious. Toss this to the side. Okay. And so this is what we're going to be creating our actual clusters on. You can also use, if I can grab it here without knocking everything over, you can also use adding machine tape. What is that? You're asking me if you're born after the 90s. So yeah, this is just some adding machine tape that I think I got from my mom. She usually uses this stuff to wrap her ribbon. Sometimes she'll use it to wrap and secure her, pardon me, her yarn. But it's also great for creating embellishment strips as well. So if you find these at the Goodwill store, definitely pick them up. I haven't tried coffee dyeing them. Like it's you know, fairly thick paper. I wonder if you could coffee or tea dye them. I wonder if you could just like, boop, pop that into a cup of tea. I don't know. It probably wouldn't get all throughout there. But anyways, you know, you can definitely ink it up, grunge it up, make it what you want. So there's that idea as well. So to start, I want to do some inking on our deli paper. And I'm doing this now because I do want it to have time to dry. And I have some stamps here. So I have, this is just a, like a document holder thing. I don't know. I got it, I can't remember. I probably got it from Goodwill or something. But it works really great when I want to pull out various stamps from different stamp sets and I don't want to lose them. Now I'm just looking for a baby wipe because over time these stamps tend not to, got 2 of them here, sorry, bear with me. Let me just get this back in here so it doesn't dry out. I mean, I have some that are already dry. I don't mind if they dry out, but I also am running low on wet ones. So they really need a good clean sometimes because I just kind of toss them back in and then they should stick again. So yeah, I'm going to just give these a bit of a clean just in case I use a different color of ink. It's not going to reactivate this black. I mean, not the end of the world if it does these. So you can see I haven't used that yet, so I'm excited to use that. But these come from various stamp sets. Some are from, I think this. All these kind of ones here, I think, are from a magazine package of stamps that I got. A card making set or something like that. Card Makers magazine. Okay, this hopefully will work. Okay, so that's kind of where I have some of them. And then I also have these kind of little things. And so I'm basically looking for these kind of fun background things because that's what we're going to stamp on the tracing paper itself. So get those ready. You also want some focal point images. And I also have some more here in wood stamps. Like these ones are really great. They're small enough to go on the strips. And, you know, bunnies and squirrels and owls. I mean, these things never go out of style, right? Nature seems to go with everything. So we've got those to play with. Let's get started. And we're going to start off, like I said, stamping on our tracing paper strips here. So I'm going to grab a little sip of tea from my little chip mug. I don't know if I can't tip him to show his face because the tea's in there, but I got him on the Disney cruise many years ago. Oh, it's my favorite teacup. Okay. Let's start with the easy ones. Let's start with some that are on the blocks. And these images I'm going to do in StazOn black, unless I have a brown. I don't think I have a brown in StazOn, no. Yeah, let's do just the black on the images themselves. And when you stamp them down, you want to stamp with enough room that you can rip around them. The other thing is, I love the smell of StazOn, you guys. I know it's weird. So one side has a little bit more waxiness than the other. I don't want to really stamp on that waxy side. I want to stamp more on the papery side. Yeah, I don't know. It smells like almonds to me. Oop, that wasn't a great one. There we go. That's better. Let's do, and I gotta leave more space. Okay, let's do 2 of him. I've gotta have the fox. What does the fox say? Let's try him. Oh, he's a little... Why does he not look so great? I don't know, but we're gonna go with it. Ooh, an owl. Love me some owls. Stamp there. Maybe I'm just not inking enough, I don't know. There we go. Whew, that's a good one. Let's do one more of Mr. Owl. There we go. Butterfly. Can't go wrong with a butterfly. Right? Okay. I mean, they're not perfectly stamped, but that's okay. Oh, this bird. I like this bird. Let's put you down here. Oh, I like him. Maybe it's just my StazOn finally needs ink. I've literally had it for years. Let's do one more of the bird. Awesome. And we haven't used the little squirrel. There we go. Okay. Last one, Mr. Bunny, from this block set one. And these I got just at Michael's years ago. I think they came in a set together. Okay, so we've done those ones. Just gonna kind of put them back so they have some time to dry. And set them on the floor. Okay, I also have, I just put my stamp block down. Where did you see where I put it? I know I just grabbed it. Clear stamping block, I grabbed it. Oh, there it is. Because I was like, oh, I'm gonna need that. Okay, so this is like a little wasp or a bee. Still doesn't have its stick back, so I'm gonna use my little glue stick trick. Stick it on there. And again, just getting this done is super helpful to have them already kind of stamped out, ready to go. Come on. Ooh. Okay, I hit a juicy spot. Maybe it just needs to be re-inked. I have some re-inking stuff, so. One more. I know I have a bee somewhere too. Just don't know where he is. Okay. We have this dragonfly now. He might be too big, but we'll see. We'll stamp him just in case. We can use him for other things if it's too big for this one in particular. There we go. Usually I hold it for about 5 seconds is good. Oops, look at that, it came right off. That's okay, still got a nice image. See if I can put him back on there. And we'll do one more of him. He's a pretty big guy. Wish I had a littler one. I'm sure I do somewhere. I likely do. Okay, what else do we have? Image-wise, that would be nice. Had some ladybugs and stuff in my other one. I don't think I had any flowers. Let's do some flowers. Oh, yeah, I love the smell of that. Probably shouldn't be sniffing it. Probably not a good idea, but it smells nice. It smells like almond paste. That's what it smells like. Ooh, those flowers are pretty. Okay. I also have another type of butterfly from this set that is catching my eye. There's even no buttons in there. I didn't realize that. That would be super cute. Okay, let's try you. They're nice and sticky. Let's do it the other way. Okay. Hold it longer, Chala. 5 seconds, right? One, two, three, 4, 5. That's better. Still not overly great. I do think I need to re-ink that though. Okay. And so StazOn is going to stain your stamps. You're not going to be able to get that ink off. So if that bothers you, I warned you. It's just, that's even, I mean, it's coming off a little bit, but be prepared that StazOn stays on. So that's kind of its job. So, I mean, if you let the ink dry, it's definitely going to stain your stamp. And even at the best of it, I mean, that took quite a bit of work for me to clean that off completely. So just be prepared for that, if that bothers you. Okay, I think that's good. Well, we have a few more spots here. Maybe, what else do I have that I can use? Oh, we have some of these. Good old Tim Holtz stamps here. I mean, we could use this. We can use this. And I think we'll have room for that. And then that will be all our stamping. Stamp block over here. Okay, yeah, I like these little ones too. They're super cute. I should have done more of those too, but oh well. Doesn't mean I can't later. Okay, let's put it this way. Cute. Okay, put that there. Let's do this bird. So if you guys been watching any good shows lately, I have been watching Natalia Speaks. I think I mentioned this before. Oh my gosh, I just finished it. I don't even know what to think, you guys, on that. If you've seen it, I don't know. But I am like, I honestly just don't even know what to think about the whole thing. Part of me is like, I think they're all in on it. Something's staged. Like, things just don't add up. Like, something is just so not right about that whole situation. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's about a little orphan girl from the Ukraine who comes, she gets adopted by kind of several people until she's finally with this one family, the Barnett family. And they think she's not a child. They think that she's actually an adult posing as a child. And then there's a whole bunch of weird stuff that happens from there that I can't even wrap my head around. So I think you can watch it on Amazon Prime. I watched it on Discovery Plus. Yeah, I don't even know. WTF is all I'm going to say. To put it the most polite way, I just don't even know. Okay, we're going to set this aside so that it has time to dry. We've got great little images. We're going to rip them up later. Whatever we don't use, I'll throw in my little bucket. Okay, the next thing that we need to do is prepare the strips themselves. Now I want, how big is this? This is 9 by 12. So I think we're going to do 3-inch strips the longest way. That'll work out evenly. So let's go ahead and do that. So there's 3 there. I'm cutting 2 pieces of paper, of the tracing paper at once here. So yeah, that'll give us, you know, a fairly wide base. You can do them narrower. What are these ones? These ones are like 2 inches. Yeah, these ones are 2 inches. And you can see I use stamps, and again, a great way to bust your scraps. All those little scraps we have, oh, it's gonna be great. Get those used up. Again, you can just create them more neutrally so that you can add focal points if you need to down the road. But what I love about these is that they're ready to go, and they literally will just, you know, because these ones are fairly neutral in color, they're going to go with fairly anything, right? Fairly anything? Is that even a proper English term? I don't know. They're going to go with most everything, I think is what I wanted to say. Most everything. Okay, so we have our strips. Now here's some more stamping that we need to do and some time for drying. So I'm going to just lay these out. Hopefully you guys can see. I don't know. It's been a while since I played with this. Let's move out a bit. That looks like as far as we can go. So maybe if I move, can't really move any further over than where I'm at here. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is stamp some background shapes, shall we call them, shape images. So that is where these ones are going to come in. I need to bring this one back. So I have, this is kind of like a hound's tooth and like a check. That's going to be cool. This is like a damask, so that'll be cool. This is like coffee splatter or something wet that's being splattered, like drops, some splashes. We're going to save the text for later. I'm going to pull this off because this is quite interesting. It's kind of like a grid or something, I don't know. Like tiny graph paper almost. And this is just again just kind of, I don't know, squiggles. But that's what we want. We want stuff that doesn't necessarily have to mean anything. It's just some fun shapes or designs, really. Yeah, I think that's all we really need to kind of get started. Now, we did want to try out some of these. So let's do this soft sand. And let's use this weird one, whatever it was. Okay, so I think best what I'm going to do now, guys, is because this part is, you know, boring stamping, I'm just going to go ahead and stamp. I'll do it on fast forward so that you guys can still watch, but it's going to go a lot quicker. And then we can go ahead and do the next step of it. It'll have, you know, have time to dry as well. So that's what I'm going to do. First, I'm just going to take a quick little pause, and I'm going to quickly go have my dinner because apparently dinner's ready, and then I'll come back and do the stamping with you. Okay, so I have my stamping done, and some of it is pretty light. You can't really see the image, and some of it's really dark, but that's okay. I am really sad that this Umbrella Crafts soft gold is dead. It dried out. That's what happens when you don't use your stuff, you guys. It dries out, and then you're sad. I tried to spritz a little water on it to see if I can make it come back. Sometimes you can. This looks to be a lost cause. I don't think it's going to come back. I am going to hold on to this because the sponge is still soft. It's still good. It's not hard. And I'm going to see if I can maybe get a re-inker for this particular color, because I think this is the soft gold. I remember it being really quite beautiful. So I'm going to hang on to this and see if I can get a re-inker for it. The soft khaki and stuff, you know, again, it came off really light. I'm not sure if these ones as well are just kind of maybe on their last legs, or if, yeah, you know, we still got some there. You know, maybe they need to be re-inked as well. I stored them up like this, and I should have been storing them upside down in my little thingamabobber so that the ink kind of stays moist on the top of the ink pad itself. So, well, you live, you learn. Again, I'm not going to be too torn up because I can get re-inkers for them as long as the sponge isn't hard. So, these Stays On were very juicy and do not have the same almond smell as the original one does, the black one does, just in case you were wondering. So yeah, that was great that I got to finally play with those. So our next step, these should be somewhat dry. Again, it doesn't matter if they're kind of blobby. We're going to layer lots over top. And then I really like this kind of blotchy one. It's hard to tell in that gray ink, but let's try and stamp it in maybe the green so you guys get an idea of what it actually looks like, because it's hard to tell with that dove gray. But it looks kind of pretty. I think, actually, you know what? I want to do it in the tanned leather because I think it'll look like a good age spot. Right? Ooh, yeah. Right? How cool is that? I think I just want to add that in and around here. Again, you can layer this up as much or as little as you want. If you mess up, it's not a big deal because we're going to be ripping it up, so not a big deal. And we're going to be layering stuff over top, all that goodness. I really like that stamp. I'm going to have to remember that one for sure. Okay, that was a lot of stamping, but again, we're done. We're on to the next section here. And I'm going to pause you just for a bit, just so I can kind of clean up my area and get reassociated with life here. 1 second. Okay, I've got things kind of sorted out, cleaned up, and I've pulled out my scraps. Now, I first want to say I am well aware of my scrap hoarding addiction, but I do have it somewhat organized. So I do have some long, thin strips that fit in this size. I keep them all in here, and these are really great for Corey Dahman type little strips and stuff, and you know, there's some bigger pieces in here you can work with as well. It's great for collaging. Then I have the kind of longer strips that go in here, and you know, wider ones as well, because this is a bit wider, but as you can see, there's lots of just, you know, offcuts kind of going on here. I can stamp numbers on here. I can use it for lots of different things, which I should do. I also have my coffee dyed and book page paper strips up above that I plan on stamping numbers on. But this is just kind of how I organize my scraps. Then I have this little container of itty bitties. And I should say I recently went through one of my scrap drawers, just one. I have about 3. I kind of have pattern paper, plain neutral papers that you can back things with, and then yeah, kind of sorted out in size between the 2 pattern paper boxes there, or drawers. So yeah, and then I have this itty bitty little bundle of goodness here, and this is just like teeny tiny little bits that you would, you know, likely want to throw away. I keep them for this type of thing because it's absolutely perfect for this type of thing. I even keep, this is from, I have the burlap die cut, which I should cut some more of those, but this is kind of just the off negative space of it because I liked it. It was interesting. It's kind of cool looking. Yeah, lots of different little, you know, book page pieces, lots of different little bits in here. We're going to use these. I'm hoping to get this kind of pared down with this project. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're just going to do some collaging. So I'm just going to go ahead and do my thing. So what we're doing is we're building up some little layers in the background here. You can also use stickers, but I like to do the paper bits first and then do stickers and stamps later, or focal points. But yeah, so we're just building up these little pieces of paper all along, and then we'll add, you know, labels and other things. So I'm gonna do my thing and I'll let you watch. Okay, so I am back. I have layered some pieces of paper together, and I noticed I kind of went with some color themes, which is okay. I kind of mixed it up here and there as well. So the next thing to do is let's add, you know, an image, and then we're going to add some labels and numbers. I've gone ahead and I've ripped up all of these images that we have stamped. I'm going to use some of these. I might use some others. You know, I may even pull in, I'm just kind of looking through my stuff here. I may even pull in some stickers, maybe some flowers. I haven't played with flowers in a while. I guess I have, but you know, birds, just some different focal images, and then we're going to step them up from there with some numbers and labels and what have you. So I am just going to kind of do my thing, and you guys can hang out and watch along with me, all right? Okay, so I have gone ahead and gotten some little focal points going on here. And I'll just kind of show you what I was thinking, how I'm going to rip these up. So we've got one here, we've got one here, one here. So this is going to be just a little one. And then we've got this one. Then we've got one here, here, littler one here, one here. I might need to add something there. One here, one here. I need to add something here and here. So let's see what we can do just to finish off this. I feel like another label maybe. And then the last part we need to do is our script stamp. So it's just, yeah, one more layer over top of this just to create more interest and depth, and yeah, just a little bit more kind of going on to tie it all together. And I know you're like, what? But yeah, no, it turns out, trust me. Trust me. That actually might be a sticker. Maybe, maybe not. Okay, let's put you there. And I need something here. I didn't use any words. Actually, I could use a word maybe there. I do kind of like that. Let's ink it up and see. It's just a bit close to this thing though. Maybe if I go the other way. I need something to connect this piece of paper. And I think that, you know, I think that'll be it. Why not? Don't overthink it. That's the wonderful thing about doing this project, is you can completely just zone out. You know, put a video on or watch a show, what have you. And yeah, you just get to really kind of zone out. Where are my words? Tickets, birds. Words is what we need. We also have some definitions. That's too big. Ooh, friend. Nope, that's not doing it for me. It needs to be I don't know. This is the hard part. You know it needs something, but what is it? I feel like that could go there. And then I'm gonna script stamp over it. So it's just something to kind of fill that blank space, really. I may regret it, but whatevs. Okay. And what is maybe this? Not quite right. But I like the size. I don't know. I don't know. Do we need an oval one? Nope. I'm just not finding the right thing. Maybe nothing needs to go there. Maybe I'll just script stamp it and hope for the best. What is this? You're speaking to me. Why are you speaking to me? Oh, that's not bad. Ooh, this is kind of what I'm looking for maybe though. Let's do that. Something circular to break up all those straight lines. Like that. Sure. Don't overthink it, just get it down. Okay. So let's go ahead and do our last step. And I gotta bring back in, oh, I gotta bring back in this piece and it has no numbers or anything on it. Bollocks, 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 let's do that. Okay, so you're done, you're done, you're done. Let's bring you back in, sir. Oh, I've got a rogue label flying around. Okay, what do you need? So I've got one here, a little one there. No. Do not like that. That's better. Let's just do that. Or do we want a number? I don't have a lot of numbers here. Like, I need to get to stamping is what I need to get doing. Oh, I like that. Yeah, I got to get my strips stamped up with my Tim Holtz number stamps there, or just any, you know, even a date stamp really would work. But yeah, I'm running out of those, which is, I guess, a good feeling because it means that they're getting used up, right? So the last vestiges here. This is, yeah, again, like I said, very therapeutic. It's super relaxing. You can totally zone out while doing it and just kind of go with the flow. This is really subtle. I'm not sure how I feel about that. It might have to just be what it is. Actually, I don't mind that at all. You know, it's kind of weird, but not weird, different. It's different. Different is good. It's not, different can neither be not good nor bad. It can just be different too. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do that. Why don't we? Yeah, these are going to be so handy to have. Just slap them on some tags or journal cards and Bob's your uncle. Oop, I'm dropping stuff. Just about said a naughty word. I'm dropping stuff. Okay. So yes, 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 and yes. Okay. Do I need anything? Oh, I need something there. Kind of feel like that little 12. That would involve me cutting it out. Do we have another tiny little number that would work? Not a number, but oh, this one. Yep, let's do that. The number 9. Just reminds me of the Sesame Street. Today's letter is. brought to you by the letter A and the number 9. I miss Sesame Street. The good old days of just having to learn the alphabet, your numbers, and how to cook or count with the count and Cookie Monster, right? Okay. Here we go. Next step is a little 10-second tidy here to get this stuff out of the way. So now this is where you're going to bring in a script stamp. And I have my favorite one, which came out of a card making magazine. And oh, I love the sound of that. I kept the inserts, the crinkly inserts from the chocolates from Christmas. You know how they're separated by those kind of corrugated plastic things, because they make great sounds, and I think they're going to make great tags. Okay, so for this we can use a dark brown, but I think I am just going to use my, what is it? I can't even think. What do I want to use? Stays on, just because it is a little bit shimmery, slidey bit. Some of the stamping is obviously covered up, but it still adds interest to the whole project. Let's get this pin in our glue before things go terribly wrong. Okay, now to grab my, or I could use this. No, I want to use my, oh, I did say my Stays On is getting dry, didn't I? Let's just try. Doesn't have to be perfect though. We're just adding some text to kind of bring things together, cover up some of those blank spots. Just make the piece kind of come alive. Maybe some there, over there. Okay, yeah, so that's cool, hey? Really brought it together. I'll show you once I rip them up and ink the edges too. I need a little bit here. Yeah. Can overdo it too, but okay, I like that. So I'm going to set that one aside. We'll go ahead and do this one really quick. Try to. I should be having something underneath here. But I just need to kind of mix up the stamping a bit. Where else do you need it? Okay. That is the second strip done. This one was kind of fun. So we got one here, here, little bow, like it. So let's go ahead and get this all cohesive with this stamp. Oops, throwing stuff around again. That's cool, I like that. Okay, I think that one is done. Yeah, I like that. Here we go for our last one. Just stamp it down, not overthinking anything. Ooh, just making a lot of noise. This is the best part where you just stamping. Okay. You want a bit there. There. Okay. So that is done as well. There we go. Okay. Super. So now what we're going to do is we're going to tear them. And we'll put our stamp pads away first. There we go. Okay, now I'm just going to grab my tear ruler because this will be, I think, the easiest way to do it so that I am not having a tear go rogue on me, right? I'm going to use this cushioning of this book to help out. So about here. Now I do have some thicker scrapbook paper on here as well, so it is a bit tricky to rip in some places. Just depending on that thickness of that paper. But so there you go. We've got 2 pieces here already. How cool is that? I think those look great. And then we'll just put them in our little container of goodness, and when we go to decorate tags, we can use those, or they can even just be like interest pieces on the side of a page. So we've got these ones done. I want to show you that I do like to ink around them, because again, that inking just really helps to frame out the piece itself. So let's go ahead and do here. Okay, see how that really kind of changes it, just frames it out nicely. Do the same thing on this. And I mean, you can always add other stuff to it if you think it needs something. Or if you wanted to, you know, try to tie it in to your journal kit that you're doing. But the whole idea is so that these are like ready-made and you could just plop them on. Kind of like this bow. Haven't used those bows in a while. I think I got those from Shabby Dubby Doodah. Okay. Almost there. I won't bore you with the inking of the other pieces. I'll just show you them all at the end. Okay, so there, that's awesome. We've got 4 pieces. They're different sizes. Ooh, this could use something, but I'll worry about it when I go to put it on a tag. Like, that's cool, right? So we got 4 pieces there. And then we'll rip this one up. There. A little tougher. Ooh, I had a rogue rip, but I think it's actually going to be kind of cool. I kind of like that gouge. Maybe not so much on this piece, but that's fine. Happy little accident, little Bob Ross moment. You could also cut them with your paper trimmer as well, but I kind of like the ripped look, so that's what I'm doing. Okay, then we have this one here. There we go, we got 4 from that one. Aren't those cool? I actually like that little rip. Okay, ooh, this kind of green one is fun. I didn't even really consciously think about doing it by color, but it kind of works out that it gives me a variety this way. And again, you don't have to worry if they look similar because you're not going to be putting them necessarily in the same journal, right? I can go a bit further down here. Okay. Last ones. There. Oh, that's a nice big one. I like that. And this one. Ooh, that's pretty too. And this one is going to be tricky because this is a fairly thick piece. And we're going to end up just getting a little bit of it. That one I'm going to do with a trimmer. I'm not going to risk it. It just makes me nervous. So I will do it with a trimmer. Kind of a shame to cut that rose right in half there, but we did it for the art. Okay, so super, like look at all of this, you guys. Okay, I'm going to ink them up and I'm going to come back and we'll give you a final view of all of them. Okay, you guys, I am back. I've inked around the edges and I absolutely love them. Although, something occurred to me while I was inking them that they might need a little something special. Now this is where it all could go terribly wrong. We could have spent all this time together only for me to ruin it in a matter of seconds. I brought out my watercolors and I'm just going to wet up my black here. And I want to just do some splatters. I'm just going to see if I have the right consistency before I go to the... Yeah, I think this is good. Okay, well, wish me luck. Okay. Okay, it's nice and subtle. I might have needed to use a bigger brush, but actually it might work. Ooh, yeah, there we go. That's it. Get a little more brave, Chala. Get a little more brave. You can do it. Ooh, this is fun. Okay, yeah, I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Happy, happy. This is the part that's scary because you can't control necessarily where the dots go. Ooh. You just kind of got to leave it in the craft god's hands and see what happens and transpires with it all. I mean, they were beautiful without it, but I like it with as well. Kind of want a little something right there. Ooh, there we go. Okay, you guys, I think I am done. I say that, but woo, this is a lot more fun than I anticipated. Okay, no, I'm liking this. This was a good idea. Okay, yay. Now I don't know what to do with my brush because I don't know where my water container is. Oh, there it is. Let me just quickly grab it and drop a whole bunch of stuff on the floor. It's all good. Okay, so I am loving this, you guys. I really like the way this turned out. I hope that you enjoyed spending time with me today. I thank you for your time because I know time is precious these days, and yeah, I appreciate it. So that is my Junk Journal January prompt of layered for today, these tracing paper strips. Thanks again for hanging out with me, and P.S. Oops, I love you.